Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. This is the weekly podcast that we'd be doing every Tuesday. So we got a lot to discuss this week. A couple of housekeeping notes to go over with first though. First thing I want to discuss is next week I am going to be out of town, so there will not be any webcam streaming, whether it's the college football or the weekly podcast. There's not going to be any of that streaming, any webcam streaming. For those of you that do watch my game streams, though, the games still will be streamed. They're just not going to be, I'm just not going to be doing any webcam stuff. I'm not bringing a laptop, and doing all that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it next week. So just wanted to get that out of the way first. So let's get down to the business, though, shall we? First things first. I know, I do this every week. But I got to start off with the Dallas Cowboys. And I know I have a lot of Dallas Cowboys followers and fans that follow me, and they want to listen to what I got to say. I have got to say this. Originally, I gave you guys this game. I was positive. I said, you know what? You guys can beat Carolina. You proved me wrong once again. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys decide to play stupid against a team that you could usually play stupid against, but the Panthers are getting better. And Rico Dowdle was a man on a mission. He had said going into this game that he wanted revenge and that he was going to bring the heat against the Dallas Cowboys. So, Rico Dowdle did really good, okay? The Dallas Cowboys offense, again, second week in a row, really good. The Dallas Cowboys offense, even without CeeDee Lamb, even without all the injuries on the offense, they still look good. And that's the crazy part about it. Like, the Dallas Cowboys offense, to me, is just getting better as the week goes on. And to me, they're just doing really good. Like, they're doing everything they possibly can. They're putting up a lot of points every week. But the problem lies, and I've said this every week now, the problem lies with the defense. The Dallas Cowboys defense is so piss poor bad, it's not even funny anymore. Like, literally. And I said this, and I keep reiterating this every single week. The Dallas Cowboys made a dumb move getting Matt Eberflus. They did. They made a dumb move getting him. I'm sorry. They made a stupid move. You shouldn't have even gotten the guy. My thing is with Matt Eberflus is why? What did Jerry see in him? To me, I didn't see nothing with him. He's a failed coach. He didn't do nothing as a defensive coordinator. What gives him the qualifications to become the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys? Please, somebody enlighten me. And then Jerry today, he's like, oh, that's the guy I want in the foxhole with me. What the hell are you saying, dude? Really, come on. What are you saying, Jerry? Just keep shooting yourself in the foot, dude. Keep shooting yourself in the foot each and every week with you opening your big damn mouth. That's what I can't stand. Jerry Jones makes the dumbest comments every week. And mind you, he didn't speak to the media after the game, which is very shocking. Usually, no matter if they win or lose, he speaks to the media. He didn't even speak to the media. He waited till his goddamn radio show today to say something. And lo and behold, what does he do? He opens his big friggin' mouth again and says the dumbest thing you could possibly imagine. I mean, come on. Jerry says some dumb things. We all can agree with that. Whether you're a Cowboys fan or not, we can all agree Jerry says some dumb things. But the fact that you think that Matt Eberflus is the guy you want in a foxhole with you during a war, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. I don't know what to say. This clown show is still going on each and every week with this guy. The Cowboys, and I'm sorry, but I am now convinced the Cowboys' record is what, 2-3-1 right now. So okay, because we just did week 6, so yeah, they're 2-3-1. I am seriously convinced the Dallas Cowboys are gonna have a hard time winning any more games. I gotta stop saying that. They got the Redskins next week, or this coming Sunday. They're finally at home, the Cowboys. The Redskins are not a team you want to mess with. And in my honest opinion, Jaden Daniels is probably going to try and put on a clinic against that defense. Hell, I'm going to have to start him in fantasy again this week because the Dallas Cowboys defense is so bad, Jaden Daniels might throw for 400 yards. Hell, I might as well just do it. I might as well. You know what? I'm starting Jaden Daniels this week. That's already been decided. So, to me, the Dallas Cowboys, and I know they're not going to fire Eberflus midseason. Jerry doesn't do that. He doesn't fire any of his head coaches, assistant coaches midseason. I will give credit where credit's due, though. Like I said, the offense is looking really good. And Brian Schottenheimer, I don't know if he's calling the plays. If he is, he's doing a hell of a job. This isn't his fault. In my honest opinion, the reason why the Cowboys are losing, this is not Brian Schottenheimer's fault. I can't put the blame on him. It is all on the defense. That's just it. It is all on the defense. It's the scheme. They can't cover zones. Their man-to-man coverage is god-awful. They got DBs, corners, and safeties that don't know what 2 plus 2 is sometimes. And even Trayvon Diggs pretty much said that today. It was either today or yesterday. Trayvon Diggs even came out and said, we have guys that don't know what they're doing. The fact that you have one of your DBs, probably your best DB, saying that is sad. The Dallas Cowboys, mark my words, are going to have a hard time winning a lot of games this year. They got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. You got the Redskins coming up. You still got to play the Eagles again. You got to play the Lions. You got to play the Chiefs. You got to play the Chargers. I'll give you the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. I'm going to give you the Raiders game. But there's a possibility, a slight possibility. And honestly, now that Jackson Dart is starting, you guys might not even beat the Giants. I'm serious. You might not even beat the Giants after what they did to Philly on Thursday night. We're going to get into that in a little bit, by the way. And I know there's some Philly fans out there that aren't going to like what I'm going to have to say. But I got to say it. We're going to get to that in a bit, though. The Lions, the Chiefs, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Giants. 2 games against the Redskins still. The Chargers. There is a possibility, a slight but definite possibility, the Cowboys might only win 3 games this year. And then that's the thing. The way their defense is playing, when you go up against teams with a good offense, you're not going to win. You're not. And especially if that team has a good defense that plays bend don't break. The Redskins have Dan Quinn as their coach. Dan Quinn knows the Cowboys. He was their defensive coordinator. Dan Quinn loves to beat the Cowboys because he wants to show that, Jerry, you should have picked me as your head coach, not Brian Schottenheimer, not Mike McCarthy, me. Look for the Redskins to do really good on Sunday. I'm putting a stamp on it right now. Redskins 42, Dallas 25. I'll give Dallas some points because their offense is good. I'm going to give them that. Dallas, mark my words though, I don't think you guys will win but maybe one more game this season. Maybe two. I will give you 2 games the rest of the season. And that's it. But moving on now, I want to go to the Eagles game. So I know I got some Eagles followers and everything, but you guys aren't going to like what I'm going to have to say. The Eagles looked like dog crap. They looked like dog crap against the Giants. This team is showing the signs of a Super Bowl hangover. They are not playing like I thought they would. I don't know if it's because they miss Kellen Moore. I know a couple of Eagles fans that are friends of mine. I was talking to y'all about this the other day. I don't know if it's just they're still trying to get the kinks worked out. Saquon ain't really doing what he was doing. Devontae Smith ain't doing what he was doing. What the hell's going on with A.J. Brown? Nobody knows. This team, to me, just does not right now look like a Super Bowl contender. And I'm going to have to start agreeing with Drew Brees here. Their offense is boring. The fact that you ran the tush push at the goal line 4 times in a row and you couldn't punch it in until the 4th time shows that's pretty bad. You can't call any other plays but the tush push at the damn goal line. To me, I think the Eagles really just need to sit down and evaluate themselves. If they want to win the division, if they want to actually put, belt to ass against teams like they were doing last year, they got to wake up. They are showing to me right now that they are not a Super Bowl contender. They're not. I don't know what more to say. I really don't. Maybe they can work out some kinks, like I said. The defense needs to work out some kinks. Just Nick Sirianni's, I don't know what's going through his head right now, but they're just not competing at all. This is the second week in a row that, to me, they just looked like a mediocre team, and it's starting to catch up to them. It really is starting to catch up to them. Now, do I think they could win next week? Probably. I think they could flip the script. I do. But I don't want to see the Philadelphia Eagles go down like this, because I was saying this they won the Super Bowl last year. They were the beginning of a dynasty. They might be the new dynasty. But now, I'm not so sure about that. I'll be completely honest. I am not so sure about that now. And for those of you that watched that game, you probably could agree with me. They don't look like a dynasty team. I'm sorry. I know a lot of the Philly fans are going to get mad at me and all that and call me out and everything like that and maybe chug a couple of beers because of it. But it's the truth. I speak the truth. That's just me. I speak the truth. I tell it how it is. And I let the eyes do the test. And the eyes are telling me that they are not a Super Bowl contender. They're not. I'm sorry. Like I said, crucify me for it, whatever. But I'll tell you one team right now that is looking like a contender, and I'm not trying to say this to be biased. Those of you that have been watching me for a little while now, you know what I'm going to say. The New England Patriots look like a team that is going to contend. And I'll tell you why. Yes, they had a tough time against New Orleans. They should have blew New Orleans out. They should have just beat them by 6 points. New Orleans is not that good of a team. Granted, yes, New Orleans was at home. I'm going to give New Orleans that. But the fact that the Patriots are able to play bend, don't break defense, which is a big, big montage of mine, a big method that I do. And a lot of you guys, especially y'all that are in the online dynasty with me, you guys know that my defense is bend, don't break. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it because to me, if you have a bend, don't break defense, You're going to do enough to where you can win games as long as your offense is producing. The Patriots offense, the fact that they were able to produce 25 points, Drake May looked really good. They were battling against the refs because the refs were calling some pretty bad calls against them, I'm not going to lie. And the fact that the defense played bend don't break and they walked out of New Orleans with a victory, that just tells me right there. The New England Patriots are back. Even today when I was watching Pat McAfee's, even Pat McAfee's agreed with me. The Patriots are back. They are 100% back to being good again. Just these last 2 weeks have proven that. Can they keep it up the rest of the year? We'll see. Their schedule is pretty easy. I'm going to say that. Their hardest competition they had the rest of the year, they got the Giants, they got Tampa Bay, and they got Buffalo again. Those are the only 3 games I think they're going to have a hard time. Other than that, the rest of their games are pretty manageable. They're pretty easy to win. They got the Titans next week. The Titans ain't that good. They just fired Brian Callahan's, for God's sakes. In the middle of the season, a 1-5 start. Brian Callahan's is gone as the head coach. Are the Titans going to get better because of it? I don't know. Are they going to be like UCLA? They fire their head coach mid-season and they become all of a sudden a dominant team? I don't know. That's the glory of football. You never know what's going to happen on a week-in and week-out basis. And that's why it's the greatest sport ever. And everybody I know that watches me can agree with me that it is the greatest sport ever. Whether you watch it, you play it, you coach it, it doesn't matter. Or follow it, analyze it, you name it. It is fun. And it's unpredictable. Now, mark my words here. I said this earlier today to an Eagles fan and a Colts fan of mine. But I'm going to say it again for you guys. The Patriots are back, and they're winning the division this year. Put the stamp on it. They're winning the division this year. Buffalo doesn't look good. Miami is ass. The Jets need to just go. Who's going to stop them? If the Patriots beat the Bills again this year, which the next time they play them in Foxborough in, I think it's December. Might be December. I'm not too sure right now. They will probably be okay. Now, speaking of firings, that brings me to my next segment. Finally, in the college football world, and I've been saying this for a long time now, the Penn State Nittany Lions finally answered the prayers of not only their fans, but others who follow them and have a little bit of a soft spot for them, i.e. me. They fired James Franklins. The guy had been there too long, okay? He had been there for 12, 13 years almost. And what has he done? No Big Ten titles. Yeah, they almost made the national championship last year. I'm going to give them that. They had a great year last year. And then the wheels fell off this year. They lost 3 straight games to UCLA, Oregon, and Northwestern. The Northwestern game was the nail in the coffin for Franklin. They lost by 1 point, 22-21. How do you lose to Northwestern, the bottom dwellers of the Big Ten? How? How do you lose to UCLA, who had just fired their coach? The Oregon game, I'll give you. Okay, Oregon's tough. They're a tough team. I'll give you that. I'm not even going to bash y'all for that. But the fact that James Franklin's couldn't even beat those other 2 teams shows me he's not a good coach. Yes, granted, they lost their starting quarterback for the rest of the year, but I didn't think Drew Aller was that great to begin with. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he was that great to begin with. The fact that Penn State finally woke up. Now the question is going to be, who are they going to go after in the offseason? Who? Maybe they could get Brian Callahan, who just got fired. Because you know Penn State, they like to get these loser coaches ever since Joe Paterno got let go. Their coach, okay, you guys are going to laugh, okay? You guys are going to laugh your asses off. This has been the Penn State coaching tree since Joe Paterno left. Billy O'Brien and James Franklin's. Two loser coaches that have not done anything with that team. That team has not been good since Joe Paterno got let go, and then he ended up dying not long after. God rest his soul, by the way. Billy O'Brien, who I love to make fun of, by the way, is he's a loser. He's a loser. I don't care what he says. And James Franklin's. And I said this the other day. What has James Franklin's done to deserve that job at Penn State? When he was at Vanderbilt, he didn't do anything. Big deal, won a couple bowl games. Now what is he doing? He fleeced the Penn State Lions. Here's the thing. If you're looking to make generational wealth in your life, just become a head coach in like college or the NFL. Like, rise through the ranks, become a head coach in the NFL, and then just be complete ass. Because they're going to pay you $50+ million a year to sit at home because they don't want to look at you anymore. Who in their right mind would give that up? $50 million plus for me to sit at home on my ass and not do a damn thing, but watch TV and whatever I want to do? Ha! Yeah, absolutely. Show me where the door is. Show me the way out. I'll be gone and I'll never come back. That is the key to create generational wealth right there. You could put your kids through college. You could friggin' retire. You'd be good to go. You wouldn't have to worry about nothing the rest of your life. Nothing. That's just a little rant of mine, though. Also, some other college news. Texas OU game was this past weekend, and oh my God, was it a good one here in Dallas. I got a treat of my lifetime. So I was coming home from work the day of the game, right? I was getting on 35 to come home, and for those of you that know me, I don't like driving on 35. You live longer if you stay off 35, by the way. So I'm driving down 35, right? I'm about to get on there, and all of a sudden, the OU team buses are going by me with the cops and everything. I should have got a video of it. But they're going by me, flashing lights. There's like 12 motorcycle cops there. There's like 3 cop cars going by. It was friggin' great. I had never seen that before in my life. And I was honored. Even though I'm not an OU fan, hook 'em horns. Even though I'm not an OU fan, I was honored to be able to see that. Heck, I even actually saw a glimpse of Brent Venables in one of those buses. Even though, OU got the butts kicked because you don't mess with Texas, not at the Cotton Bowl. Not at the Cotton Bowl. But I just thought that was amazing. Congratulations, University of Texas. You guys overcame adversity. You put belt to ass to the friggin' the OU Sooners, which is what we love. We love beating them. Just like we love beating A&M. Just love it. I know I got some A&M fans that watch me, but as a UT fan, we love to beat A&M. We love it. Also, some other notes for tonight. Here in about an hour, tune in. The Kentucky show rolls on. And I got some surprises for you guys today. You guys are in for a treat. It's rivalry week. We're on the road against Louisville. Last game in a regular season. Right now, I am in the conference championship for the SEC. My second season as coach. I'm taking this team to the SEC championship game. Possibly. We'll see. We don't know yet because it might come down to me and OU or Bama. I don't know. Honestly, though, please, for the love of God, do not put me in the conference championship. And the reason I say that is because I'm trying to make the college football playoff this year, and I'm on the teetering edge right now. So I have to win, and I have to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, granted, some of you guys may think I'm crazy by saying, oh, why wouldn't you want to make the conference championship? Have a chance, win a conference championship, yada, yada, yada. You might get a first-round bye if you win, blah, 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 blah. I got to play Georgia again. And no offense to Dane, who has Georgia. Dane, by the way, brother, you're amazing. And I'm not, this is no offense to you, dude. But he's going to kick my ass. And I don't want another ass kicking. I don't. I don't want another ass kicking by him. But again, nothing but love. Nothing but love. Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. And I'm giving him his flowers. He's good. He's a very good player. Very, very good player. So yeah, we're going to get that going here in a little bit. Like I said, give me about an hour. I got some tinkering I need to do. And we're gonna be rocking and rolling, guys. We're gonna be rocking and rolling. Gonna have to work on recruiting though. Man, my recruiting's gotten bad this year. Oh, I've done horrible with recruiting this year. Horrible. But yeah. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Like I said, give me about an hour. Like I said, I got some tinkering I need to do. We're going to get this baby set up. We're going to get it rocking and rolling. Like I said, next week, no podcast next week. And no webcam streaming next week. So like I said, I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to Florida for the week. I am going to, for those of you in the Dynasty, though, that I still am going to be bringing my PlayStation. I'm still going to be playing my games. I still am going to stream the games when I have to. So the only probably streams you're going to see is if I'm doing a PvP game. Other than that, you're probably not going to see any streams. So, but when I come back, when we get back from Florida, it's on. You guys take it easy. I'll see y'all here in about an hour.